Simpler living. So are you somebody who's maybe thought about simplifying your life? And it sounds kind of scary, right? Maybe you are thinking, I got to declutter my house and then I got to stop buying the things that I enjoy. And it just sounds kind of overwhelming. You're not really sure if the benefits are worth what you have to give up or what you feel like you have to give up. So my name's Erin Cook. If we haven't met, I am the creator of Find Your Free Time and Upside Down Success. And I help busy people just like you and me find freedom and joy again by simplifying and systematizing what they do each day. That way we make room for the things that we want to do. So if you are interested in more about that, head to findyourfreetime.com. That'll get you started in simplifying your day and putting systems in place to have time to do what it is you want to work on. But let's dive in, because if you've been following me, you already know that we've simplified our lives over the last 8 to 9 years after our daughter passed away. We realized life is not about the hustle and bustle and not spending time with people and choosing to work just to create money, to buy stuff, to fill that void that we have in our life, whatever it may be. And instead, it's about doing what matters in life at the end of the day. So that was our journey in a nutshell. But when I started to simplify our lives, we started as a team, I should say, my husband and I, we didn't realize all the benefits that would come along with it. And now that we're into it, we've downsized our home. We have 4 kids and 3 businesses, and we downsized to a 1,700 square foot home for the 6 of us. 3 bedrooms, it's small. We're used to 3,700 square feet, okay? So it was a big change for us, but with that change came great benefits that we didn't see coming. So I want to talk to you about those just in case you aren't aware, because I wasn't as well. So the very first one is hope. So when you're running around struggling, maybe you're, taking the kids to soccer and then you have to take the other kid to, basketball practice, and you're just running every which way every single day, you kind of feel like there's no hope of getting time for yourself, of working on things that need to be taken care of without all the stress that goes along with it, right? I know I felt hopeless. I talk about how my oldest daughter was 18 months and she was in ballet and hip hop and whatever, all at the same time, but she was only 18 months. I was totally living my life around what I thought I needed to do to be successful. I had 3 physical therapy jobs when I started out. I used to be a physical therapist, and I worked so hard to buy the stuff I needed to feel successful. And I felt like there was no hope of me ever having the life that I wanted, just to be able to enjoy my family and my kids and to take long walks with them, to go pick flowers and, walk barefoot on the beach. I just felt like there was no hope of me ever achieving that until I found, my big success and made millions of dollars and didn't have to work again. That's really what I thought. But now that I've been on this journey for quite some time, I didn't know where I was going at first, and now I have a clear plan, because way back then this wasn't the popular thing to do. So now that I'm here and things are falling into place, I have more time to be with people and do the things that need to be done without all that extra stress of trying to please everyone else. I have found that there is hope. There is hope of a life of not having to go, and be who people expect you to be rather than being yourself. So that's the very first benefit that really excites me, and I hope it excites you as well. So hope is a great benefit from simpler living. The second one, this is something that's become a little bit more prevalent as my kids get older and I'm asked to do more stuff for school and take them here and there. I have less of a knee-jerk reaction when trying to make decisions, and really any decision in general. But you know how you're going and somebody asks you, hey, can you help out here? And you're like, whatever, yeah, fine. I just gotta let me go. I gotta take my kid to soccer, right? We don't sit down and have time to reflect on what are the benefits of adding this to my schedule, of taking on this project or making this choice. We don't really sit down and have time to think with clarity. Right? We're too busy and we're too stressed out that we can't focus on making a wise choice. So I'm able to slow down and really think about what matters and will it benefit our purpose, our definition of success. So that's another great benefit of simpler living. This one you may have thought of, self-care. Now we talk about freeing up time to do what it is you want to do. So maybe you want to go to the spa or whatever and take some me time, and that's great. But when we dive a little bit deeper, we have to think more about self-care as the things that make us happy, like being creative. I love to be creative. I wanted to be a theater major, and I didn't do it because I wanted to make a ton of money instead, and that was a really poor choice. But self-care is about doing the things that fulfill you and not stuffing them down and putting everything else in place, right? I mean, our kids come first in our life generally, and our spouse, and we kind of shove ourselves to the side. But simpler living allows you to free up time in order to do those things that fulfill you. So that's a great benefit. I'm able to do video. I love doing these things for you and helping people achieve their goals. And I wouldn't be able to do that if I was tied down doing all this other busy stuff, taking my kids to 47 different things. I mean, we're busy, don't get me wrong, but we're able to make wise choices about what we participate in. So that is another great thing about simpler living, is you're able to do that. Better engagement with people and relationships. They tend to flourish when you live simpler, okay? Because you're freeing up that time, you're able to focus. So we're not always stressed out on our computer. Most of us have a computer for work maybe, and we get sidetracked with Facebook and, Pinterest and all these different things that are supposed to be fun and let us connect with people. But really, our connections are what? They're pretty shallow. Right? Think about all the friends on your Facebook page. Do you have like 1,000 some friends that you are very in tune with? No, you maybe have a handful if you're lucky. Some of us don't even have that. So living a simpler life without all that chaos and electronics and things like that, you don't have to give them all up. But freeing up that time allows you to connect with people. Wouldn't it be awesome if your best girlfriend called and said, hey, you want to go out to dinner? And you could say yes without hesitation because you didn't have anything planned and you knew everything else was taken care of because your life is simple. That's what simpler living allows you to do. Freedom. Freedom is one of the best benefits. And we talked again about time, doing things that we love, but it's also, more importantly, the freedom to be who you desire to be. Okay, I talked before about how I lived my life around what other people thought and what other people thought success meant. I tried to live up to that standard. But with simpler living, you define your own success, what really will fulfill you and what matters to you. And you're able to do that. You have the freedom to be whatever you set out to be because you are living simpler. Okay, you're not worried about what other people think. And that is so huge nowadays. I know people who have everything material-wise, everything. And from the outside on Facebook, it looks so amazing, right? We all know those people. But man, when you get right down to it, they're not happy. Why? Because they're not fulfilled internally. They aren't putting into their lives what they want to. They're doing whatever people tell them to do or what they feel other people want them to do. And that's not freedom. That's just being bound to other people's ideals. And that's no fun. So freedom for me was life-changing, to be who I am and to help other people through this process as well. So that's a great benefit to simpler living. Here's another one. This was huge for me. So back in October of 2016, I thought I was dying. I had something going on with my heart and my eye severely twitched for 4 months straight. So they thought I had an aneurysm in my brain. And talk about scary, okay? So I planned my funeral and did all these things, wore the heart monitor, just a ton of tests, MRIs, all that. And they couldn't find anything. There's a couple issues, but nothing life-threatening. But I was all worked up and all stressed out because these things were happening. And I remember the neurologist saying to me, "Are you stressed out?" And I thought to myself, I was stressed out, like a typical stressed out everyday thing, but I didn't feel like overly stressed out compared to the rest of my life. But for some reason, my body was taking that stress and internalizing it and causing all of these health problems. So one of the benefits I've seen since downsizing particularly is that my panic attacks have started to go away. I feel better. My blood pressure is a lot lower. My heart isn't doing as crazy of things, and I feel better. And it's just because I've simplified my life. It's not because I'm changing anything about my diet. I obviously try different things, but overall, I haven't really changed anything about my health. I've simply de-stressed by simpler living. Really? You know, it's that easy, and some people don't realize that. So that's a huge benefit, is your health can start to improve without changing anything. So consider that when you're thinking about simplifying how you live. And then the last one is benevolence. So we've talked about making room for what matters. And when I was younger, I thought, you know, if I didn't have to work, we all have to support our families. I totally get that. But if I didn't have to, what would I do? I would go to the hospital in the NICU and I would feed babies all day because I absolutely love to do that. So when I had this crazy lifestyle, that was never even an option. It was never even a thought, nothing. Now I'm not able to do that right this minute because I have babies at home and I still do work, and we're actually getting rid of a business, so that will help out. But until that happens, you know, my schedule is tight, but I'm seeing that I can make room for caring for other people. Okay, that's benevolence, being able to do things for others, to help them, to just, for me, live as Jesus has asked us to live. And that's really important. Not something I thought about when I was first, you know, besides caring for my family, but caring for others. When I first started out, I didn't think of that. I just thought of me, and that's, you know, the lifestyle I was living. So I'm so grateful that I'm able to step outside, and I'm also able to have my kids step outside of ourselves and help other people, because we have simplified what we do at home. So those are 7 benefits that I just think are so important to share with you, because you don't really see those benefits unless you're going through that process. And if you're not there yet, I want to show you what the other side looks like, and that's why I do these videos for you. So if you haven't followed me here, I'd love it if you could do that right now. We do these trainings every week. And also, if you could go to findyourfreetime.com, that's my free training again, to show you how to schedule your day, plan your day, and get your to-do list done, still having time left over. And it's just 5 easy steps in a smartphone. It's findyourfreetime.com, and hopefully I will see you there. So God bless. Till next time, think about simpler living, and we'll see you then. Take care.